YouTube is live.
What's going on? What's going on? YouTube Outlaws. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome. Y'all come on in. Welcome aboard.
Y'all better come on in.
Come on in. But what's going on, man? This is Saturday night edition. Y'all pull up here, turn the volume up.
Get the popcorn.
Yeah, do all that. What's going on? We're waiting for the Facebook Outlaws to join us. Welcome all the Facebook Outlaws. What's happening? Happy Saturday, all that stuff. The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw.
The show that loves black people who love black people. I am Brother Talk to Teach, Listen and Learn Your Truth, Transfer Engineer. So we want to give thanks as we alive and well and ain't in jail. We still got a damn chance. What up, Don Bond? Again, Livation, Saturday night edition. Got the brothers here with me. Tell the people something good.
Livation, peace. How y'all doing out there? I am the black woman's lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace. Give a shout out to Honeybee Sage,
Yes.
Next Level Vegan.
Yes.
Next Level Vegan. I got the shirt on right here. Check it out. Go down there and get some of your good vegan eats. Kev, what's happening?
What's going on, Black America? What's going on, Black Milwaukee? It is Outlaw Radio. The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio, the Negro Whisperer. I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it, right? This is OG social media. If you are a Gen Xer, you should enjoy what we're about to do. The name of the game is Outlaw Radio, Truth Be Told. So we're going to do that tonight. We are post one of the holidays. We have New Year's coming up, and New Year's is much more of a grown-up holiday. It doesn't involve the gifts. You know, your kids won't get new racetracks and shit like that. It's about us going into another annual edition of our lives.
Right.
Yeah, so no resolutions and none of that. Just, happy to be alive, happy to still be above ground. Every day above ground is a good one. You better not ever discount that. But like I said, I'm Kevin Barnes, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Outlaw Radio. Welcome to Truth Be Told. Do some shout outs to get the show cracking. We believe in black business. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? If you have any kind of event that you'd like to promote, you can send it our way. We will do that gladly. If you'd like to call in and promote yourself, 414-231-9982, 414-231-9982. It's interactive. You can comment. You can get in. I haven't shared it in the group yet, but I will. Hold those watch parties.
Yes.
Give us thumbs up. Do all that. Share the show.
We love black business.
Right. What's popping with y'all, man? How y'all feel?
Here's one black business right here. Words and Images. Shout out to the brother Words and Images. If you ain't got none of that, go get it.
That's right. What's up?
Jay, who you shouting out?
Man, Outlaw Radio, right? So the People's News Network, everybody that chimes in and shares, points of view and bits of wisdom and whatnot. Shout out to y'all. Again, shout out to Brother Don Bond, Hatef. Shout out to Brother Hatef, Dante Chestnut, man. The usual suspects.
And don't forget 3041 North.
5-star.
414-810-3131. What's popping? What's going on? Like I said, man, you got to take some time to give, pay it forward, right? Shout out to my sister, Karen Davis Walton, from the hood, man.
Right, I'll see you. What up, cuz?
Yes. That was our bartender.
Nika.
Miss Karen. That's actually Mikey Davis's mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you know the deacon, if you know Mikey Davis, that's his mom.
Well, hello.
Always took care of us, man. We had a great time in J&J's. Man, it's some hood shit, but it went down. Trust me.
Right.
It'll all be in my
Juice.
Aaron Brown. He said, "What up, fellas?"
Yes,
Nanette Johnson, Kimberly Cooper. Shout out to you, Ernest Walker. Ernest, I'm hoping this tonight you'll call in. James Nelson, what's popping? I see y'all. It's Saturday night. You know what we always say on Saturday nights? Beverage.
Hey. You say that every night.
On Saturday.
Be like, have you ever seen Kevin without a beer? Well, unless he was at work, right? So yeah, man, Outlaw Radio, Truth Be Told. I think a very important part of 2019 was the truth or your personal interpretation of it, right? So we got to cancel culture. Now we have taboo words. Now we have certain phrases and terminologies that you are no longer allowed to utilize, regardless of your position or your perception. But what's lost in this is that there's position and there is perception.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's different. Nobody's the same. People don't always agree with what you say. For every A you say, there's somebody up you go at, somebody's going down, right? So you have to respect everybody's opinion. And to me, when you talk about toxic, because I don't like to utilize the word toxic when it comes to masculinity or blackness or any or culturally, or I think toxicity applies.
Something called toxic politically correctness, right?
Political correctness.
Because
Yes.
that absolutely limits what you say. You're not allowed to think outside the box. You're not allowed to say if you don't like something or
Right.
somebody, that whole thing.
You're a robot.
So that actually is toxic.
It's toxic. Right. It's toxic for someone to strip you of your ability to express yourself.
Yes.
You are a human. You are the sum of your own parts.
Right.
Like you're made up by what you've been through, what you've seen, what you understand, and how far along you've progressed.
Absolutely.
So for somebody to try to step in and take that from you, to me, is egregious. It's belligerent. It's ignorant.
Oh.
Those are the things we'll talk about.
All right.
Shout out to, like I said, OJ. OJ, man, I wish you was here. I see Rick Alam Muhammad, man, what's going on? Like I said, man, we just want to ease in and ease out tonight. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We want to fill in the blanks for you, if you will. Some things you don't know about. Maybe we can explain them to you.
All right.
Well, maybe you can explain something to me.
Right. We can all learn from each other.
Real talk. Yeah. Listen to learn.
This is a learning organization here.
For sure.
At the news network, and the people got to move around. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do podcasts in Milwaukee. Everything is like Milwaukee is active. The trademark for 2019 for me has been and will always be that this is a year in which our city collectively, as people of color, we became a little bit more aware than we've ever been. Mm-hmm. There's been some movements established. Brother Kamar is part of that. The vegans, don't take the pills they gave you. Take the ones that we prescribe based on our lineage. As far as I know, I come from Mississippi. That's where my lineage, that as far as back as we can trace it. And I'm not going to spit in the envelope and send it off, because that's how the feds find you in the first place. So fuck all that shit about So man, truth be told, man, the truth is yours. You know, opinions are yours. And there's some truth to the fact that there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. But there's no such thing as a right opinion. As long as an opinion, it is ambiguous. It exists in purgatory, regardless of how much you believe what you say, right? Like, so I can pop my shit real well. Mm. That don't mean that it's all right. Right? You know what I mean? So I want us to accept each other's truths. Like, because when somebody says something you don't agree with it, you become aggressive. You decide that you want to attack them, belittle them, ostracize, and alienate them, which is not the way. Right. Let them say what they want to say and be able to say this. We can agree to disagree, because that's the only thing we really have. We can agree to disagree. Philosophically, we won't ever let that stop us from doing what we need to do. I can still work with you if black ain't your favorite color, because it's mine. And if you say, well, I happen to like maroon more, we're not going to argue about that shit. Right. That is minor. Go ahead, bro. You seem like you had something to say.
Well, I'm listening to you, you know what I mean? And it is a couple things. I mean, I think, one, we got to learn how to start listening like that before we get upset. Because then you will understand why they think like they think and how they came up to their conclusion.
When you hear that person's story, you might say, I get why you feel that
exactly.
way. You know what I mean?
And so you wouldn't be so upset now. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because now I have a little more understanding on how you think. I don't care how you think. I don't care what you think. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
It's a better understanding if I know how you feel or why you came up to that conclusion.
If we can't talk about it, you know what we doing. We fighting about it.
Right.
If we can't talk about it, we're gonna fight about it. And fighting is, that's the end of it, because there's negative consequences for war.
But I totally agree with you. But then what does talk look like to you? You see what I'm saying? Political debates. where they are really tooth and nail at each other.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When the bell goes off and they get done, they go have coffee, they go play golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They go to their meeting at their $1,000 plate. You know what I'm saying?
Our fate's in the balance.
So absolutely. So here's the thing. So people are passionate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And some people are passionate about abortion. Some people are passionate about politics or religion. Some people are passionate. And it's okay to have a passionate conversation.
Shout out to Ray Mendoza and the Southside.
That happens.
Shout out to Brown Milwaukee.
Especially if there's no disrespect. It's okay to have a passionate conversation.
Shout out to Ray Mendoza.
I think it's kind of a line. It's a line somewhere though, like in between passion and emotion.
The line is disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? Because see, ain't nothing I'm more passionate about than my kids.
Right.
But I don't talk to people about them like I'm upset. You dig what I'm saying? I'm passionate about them.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But I don't talk. So we don't have to be like that with anything.
Yeah.
Well, personality,
right?
Well, because and some people that know.
To Kamar's credit, he always talks to me in talking about energy, and he says, "Kev, you only got so much energy. You can't waste any of it. And when you're mad about something, and you're wasting energy, putting it into something else." And I always be like, "Ah, man, get the fuck out of here, some bullshit," because that's how I am, right? But Bulls is like, "Nah, man, Kev, I can't. I'm not gonna endorse that. I'll ride with you, but you know how I feel at the end of the day, right? So you ain't gotta ask me, right?" So no, that's real talk, man. And that's where black men are in this country. We ask ourselves, where are we? Have we made strides? Have we made progress? Are we living better than our predecessors? Is my life better than my father's was? His intention to create a better situation for me than he had, was it mission accomplished? I would say yes. I would say we had so far to go that, yeah, he did create a situation where mine is a little bit easier to digest, but it's still the same thing. It's still the same walls. It's still the same glass ceiling. It's still the same obstacles. Therefore, I need to invest and get that same kind of energy he had and say, well, I'm going to leave it and do it better than he did and make sure that my son's situation is better. Not that we'll ever get to a utopian society. There will never be a society with humans where everybody's fair and everybody's equal. It won't happen. It won't happen. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how many trees you hug, how many mushrooms you eat instead of meatloaf. I'm going in vegans. That was a vegan shot, right? Nobody laughed and shit. Let's go. I laugh at my own jokes.
I ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's fine. We're our own people. You make up. I'm like, dude, why? I just don't. Why? I just don't. Maybe he reminds you of an uncle or something that maybe stuck his thumb in your butt one time and it hurt it. I don't know what you traumatized. Hey man, you know I go hard to try to reach the people, man. 414-231-9982 Outlaw Radio.
I think I have a little different point of view as you. Because let me tell you, because I think that there's a time to be angry. See what I'm saying? There's a limit. Yeah. Hey, back when we was in church, and you know this, there's a scripture used to say, "Be angry, but sin not." Right? And not that I'm giving any credence to the Bible or anything, but some of that makes sense. You can be angry. Mm-hmm. So what? It's about what you do after that. Listen, it's a time to be passionate. If you're human, you're going to be scared. You're going to be angry. You're going to be frustrated. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be excited. You're going to be. Those things are natural. And so to take one emotion and say you shouldn't have it, I just don't think that's realistic.
Okay. It's not saying you shouldn't have it, just how to control it.
Well, so that's why I said, but you can be angry. It's what you do with that.
Yeah. I'm saying you need that. You need all those low vibrational things. You need that lower self, because that's when survival kick in. So you got to be able to get angry when survival kicks in. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm just saying, there's certain times when we don't have to be. That we can take it easy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? On each other. That's all.
It's a time for that. Yeah. It's a time for that.
And being able to have control to be able to do that, so we can talk. Because when we get that passionate like that, then it get hard to come to a conclusion. Like if we having a panel of 6 different people, you know what I mean, and we all passionate like that, won't nobody hear, nobody point.
And when you have that many people assembled, the most important thing to do. And I'm speaking from the perception of proxy, right? The most important thing is to make sure everybody gets heard, right? Off top.
Right.
Make sure everybody gets heard. Now, whatever they said that somebody don't agree with, I hope that individual, if it takes cue cards or whatever you better be able to back up what you said because somebody's coming at your ass, right? One thing you can't do is respond in anger and won't get physical because the only thing that warrants a physical reaction is physical aggression.
So that's the line.
So
you was
I don't gotta
about.
punch you in your shit until you swing at me.
Right. Because you know it's at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when they don't know even themselves when they figure out, actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know.
After you argue, and you know what, really, like, after you argue with somebody for so long, you don't even remember what the argument was.
Right, when you arguing about the game, and you're arguing, oh, nigga, I did it, but it make the game fun. It's part of the game. We're not playing for money, but we playing for bragging rights. So if I'm winning, if I'm winning, I'm a brag. You see what I'm saying? So
and that adrenaline is flowing too.
Absolutely.
So that adds to it.
But for me, there's always a guideline, right? As long as we talking about the game.
Nigga, that's why your baby mama suck my dick.
Okay, see,
now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're going too far.
Now it's time to leave the park because somebody going in their book bag or their trunk. You see what I'm saying? So it's guidelines. As long as it's about the game, we good.
Right.
Shout out to everybody on YouTube because we are simulcasting. Every time we come on, we simulcast because we do have a YouTube page. It is the People's Network. Shout out to Wayne Richards.
Go to the People's News. I mean, the People's Network.
Right,
subscribe to us on YouTube, y'all.
And
we need y'all.
Hit share.
We need y'all.
Hit the bell.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
To the People's Network.
Keisha Queen, the Black Panther Corner, they have a show on Blog Talk. She says, what's the topic? What's up, Outlaws? I'm blocking Facebook again.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's The Truth Be Told. It's Outlaw Radio, The Truth Be Told. We want to talk about the truth tonight.
Right.
And I want everybody to give me their own truth. And maybe it's something you learned in 2019 that has not become your truth moving forward. Shout out to Wayne Richards. He said, are they ready for the truth? I don't know. This is YouTube, right? So I want to make sure that I get everybody because our live chat, the super chat is a lot of people over here on Facebook as well. 414-231-9982.
Hey man, talk about the truth. You know, like what I know is it's only one truth. Right?
Okay.
But then also understand that everybody has their own truth.
They all have their own one truth.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because it's all about basically what they done been through in their life. Experience as far as with the truth.
I don't believe universally there's one truth. I don't. Because I think truth requires prerequisites. Like because for some people's truth, because what they've been forced to do is deal with a certain situation or a certain set of circumstances their entire lives. In order to be able to deal with that, they have to be built and wired a certain way. So their truth is based on that.
Right.
So you couldn't argue them out of that because that is their truth.
And I'm not even going to try to argue nobody out.
But wait, we both are right.
Right.
There is no one truth.
Right.
It depends on where you are, your perspective, and what you're
Yeah.
Well, what about a 68 and I owe you one?
Get some interest.
Or does she still owe you?
We don't get garnished.
Right. We just assuming, right?
It's been 30 years.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
Be the windshield.
You can't be both.
Sometimes you smash, sometimes you get smashed.
Yeah, you know.
It is what it is. Like I said, join in, let us know. 2019, I think it wasn't an uneventful year. I think this year has been very crazy. Everything is processed the way I process everything as a man of color because that's who I am. And I look at everything in regards to what does it mean for people of color? Like you could tell me anything. Like you said, it's a new flavor of Doritos. I'm like, well, what does that mean for the people in the hood? If it's neck bone flavored Doritos, I'm pissed off about it. That's racist. You know what I mean? Like until they no, Kevin, that's ethnic food. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Who was neck bones? Who was neck
attached to it? Like, listen. So
fat back.
Right. Well, fat back is a whole different thing. Now, I grew up eating food. All my food that I grew up eating was cooked in lard, which was processed animal fat. It wasn't even natural. You bought Crisco as an adult. We cook in vegetable oil, corn oil. I seen a can of Crisco in the store. I said, I should buy this. But then I looked at it and said, well, this is the reason why all our motherfucking herb valves are stopped up because we grew up eating. You didn't fry nothing unless you had some Crisco.
We eat shit and put it in our.
There's nothing wrong with being black.
I drink something.
There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with being Latino. There's nothing wrong with being Asian. There's nothing wrong with being Arabic. You know, you were made and assembled by the energy that we like to call God to be who you were. And since you are a reflection of him, then you represent energy. You don't represent a visual imagery. You represent the energy of creation and procreation and progress.
And the idea is to act as such.
Right. So yes, you are God.
So who knows how God acts?
Right.
Right.
So here.
Apparently,
as a man, first of all, but what I'm talking about is the energy of God. Like
God's
I said,
not a human.
It's got to be righteous. A God will have to be righteous. A God will have to be loving. A God's got to be peace.
Who says that? Who's why? Why would a God have to be those things?
God might be a G with a do-rag.
Because for me, first of all,
notice I said it.
You did, and I like the it, right? Because he is everything.
And I would say that because nature is peace.
So
God is everything.
So church people like to say God is good, right? And I like to say, you know what? He's bad too.
Yeah.
Just because something is pleasant to you, that don't make it good.
Right.
Because something is inconvenient to you or unpleasant to you, don't make it bad.
Right.
So God is good, bad, and everything in between.
Right.
So it is righteous and loving, but it also is vengeful and harmful. You see what I'm saying?
I would hope
that's nature.
Yeah.
I would hope that for 2019, the one thing we did was let's put the cancel culture behind us. Let political correctness and cancel culture. If you want to live in a country that says free speech, it means exactly that. There's no variation on it. There's no, oh, well, you're free to say what you want to say till I don't like it because I'm the powers that be. Then there's no free speech. If you say there's no such thing as censorship, then that means even when I'm saying what you don't like, you can't censor me. What this means is what I said the other night. You don't have freedom of speech. You have freedom of choice, which means if you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to it. You're not forced to. This is not communism where the state controls the media and you only get their perspective. This is free enterprise, in the words of Willie D.
It is not.
So I'm saying ideally, if this is how you want to live in the country, and you say
Western culture.
Right. So if either you believe in freedom of speech or you don't, there's no compromising. So, and I believe in that. So when I see white supremacists, when I see people who speak counter-revolutionary methodology to my people, counterproductive methodology, I exercise my freedom of choice, not my freedom of speech. My freedom of choice says you don't have to listen to this shit. So I don't listen to it.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
The only thing that there's different. I'm gonna just use an example. I'm trying to bring it down. Let's just say you have the Jay Leno show, the Tonight Show, and you have Arsenio, right? So if you don't like Arsenio, right? Like you said, you got the free choice. You can watch Jay Leno, right? Mm-hmm. But the difference, if they don't like Arsenio, they take Arsenio off the air. Right. So you don't have a choice to go back and listen to Arsenio. Now you stuck with Jay Leno.
But you should have supported them in the first place.
It don't matter if you support them. They own the networks. You can't bribe somebody, a billionaire
I'm
with
saying
money.
if the reason Arsenio lasted
right
is because we supported him and we defined cultural movement. Mm-hmm. When we said we're not anymore, then they said, well, now I ain't bringing the money.
I don't think that happened like that. Now we could go to Byron Allen, right? So did we stop supporting Byron Allen, or did the powers that be, which is white people, decide they don't like Byron Allen, and so they take that option off the table for us?
Let's talk about Byron Allen, but I want to shout out the Black Panther Corner because she's going bananas in the YouTube. Block from Fanbook. She said, I want each of you as a guest on our show.
Love it.
She said, the real truth is our people have gotten weak as hell, and we need to start living the truth. 2020 is the year to divide thinkers versus fools.
All right.
Blacks/Africans are the real gods, and they've conquered that. We need to take back control of our damn minds. God is you. Let's stop playing games. Oh, we got to call her. Damn,
that's probably her.
Right, it is her.
She's like, you ain't reading it right.
Let me say it.
Right.
Let me get this. What's going on? You live on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, what's going on, Kev, man? This is Ernest Walker, man. You've been asking me to call in, bro. So,
peace, fam.
Man, what's going on? Ernest Walker, man. Look, you've been such a supporter of the show, man. I just been wondering when you was gonna finally get it in and come on and get in this conversation with us.
You know, man, I like the camaraderie you cats got, man. You know, and
Hey, Velas, what's poppin', man? What's going on with y'all?
I was checking something out that I wanted to tell y'all about. I think it was the Breakfast Club today. Y'all was talking about a little bit of politics and a little bit of economy and whatnot. And the thing is, my man was telling me, he said he's an 82-year-old guy, former congressman or something like that. And he was talking about voting and about where black people need to start at. We done heard the story all before. You know, we can't do anything unless we get our own economy structure.
Hello.
We got to have our own money.
Yes.
Politics don't mean nothing.
Word.
It's a quid pro quo. You know, you have to be able to ask something or demand something.
Right away. No doubt.
And if you can't demand something, why are you going to vote for somebody if you can't get what you're trying to get from?
Hello.
Right. So don't you think it's important that we ask the necessary questions of those who come and ask for our votes? Should we have requirements when they walk in our church, when we see them on the street? Shouldn't we take them to task and say, hey, brother, I don't mind voting for you, but you got to tell me where you stand on this or that. What's your position?
What's your plan?
If you want my vote, then justify it, right? Justify my love type shit, right? Like, so we do try to stress to people that they need to be informed voters. Like, stop voting for a name brand. Right. You know what I mean?
That ain't your name brand.
Right.
For a name
Yeah,
brand. That's what they is.
Yeah. Well, the Democrats is the black is a name brand vote.
Right.
When you vote for the candidate, not the party.
Exactly. So I agree with you on that, my brother. You've been a supporter of the show, man. I appreciate it. So y'all out there in 80, right?
Yes, sir.
Good weather.
Okay. So I thought you was here in the mill with us by the way you ride with us. I thought you was here in the mill with us, man.
I've been out here 8 years, man.
Hey, this is love. We cross country, baby.
Since 82, so basically I'm a Milwaukee.
All right.
You done been, I done been there too.
Yeah,
Milwaukee, we love you.
You've been so vocal on all of the things. Like, there's very few shows where I don't see you pop up and be like, well, I came to see what they were talking about. You exercise your freedom of choice, because if we was talking about something you wasn't interested in, you was out.
Right.
But if it was something you was interested in, you was like, oh, I got plenty of shit.
That's how it's supposed to go, right?
Yeah. That's why I say call in, man. So
I'm not gonna lie to you, brothers, to play it out. I might have wanted to play my video game that night. Just like you say, you know, keep it real, keep it 100.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all vocal about y'all opinions, but y'all do it well together. And you know, so I love tuning in. I love tuning in because y'all got the right shit. I'm interested in it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be part of it. I chime in and say what I got to say.
Man, you a part of it, man.
That's love, brother.
Y'all keep it going, man. I just wanted to call in and let y'all know I heard the request. I got you.
We outlaws. We cross country. Outlaws across the country.
well, you an outlaw, man. You involved.
Yeah,
what Cube said, you already involved, cuz.
Right.
You already involved. You an outlaw. A-Blast, no, he an outlaw.
Right.
That's my man since we was knee high to a grasshopper. So I went to elementary school with A-Blast. He be able to tell you stories nobody else couldn't tell you about your boy.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like we can call calls from across the country, man, but we hardly get some from here. We got to get some people from here calling in too.
Somebody call in, got some problem. I'm trying to hear what y'all here too.
All right,
Man,
So, man,
power
peace,
to the
peace,
people.
brother, to
I
you.
was able to hear that.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me y'all was able to hear it, right? Shout out to Ernest Walker. And shout out to everybody else who supports us, because we got a lot of supporters who just never say anything. They just kind of watch. And Keisha Queendom, I know you on YouTube snapping. So, like, 'cause I can't even.
Just call in.
Right, you
Just call in.
You can stay in the chat room. That's cool. But yeah, call in if you like.
Cause she got tired of the motherfucker.
Man, they don't have no problem.
With cockle tunnel and shit.
she's an outlawette.
Right.
Right?
Outlaw.
So you know the funniest thing that I seen this week is that Michael Moore. A lot of people don't know who Michael Moore is. Michael Moore is a white guy. I believe he's from Michigan, who started to make documentaries years back. And first his thing was about the abuse of the labor unions in Michigan towards the auto workers, because I know he had lived in a town where they kind of, GM said, nah, it's over, and they would left. So
then he did one about healthcare, right?
Right, he's done so many since then. But he came out this week and he said, listen, black people, y'all better be worried about white people. They ain't changed. Now, this is coming from a white man. He said they haven't changed. They are still the same. Black people should get concerned about white people because he said, if you look at 5 white dudes, Trump won 3/5 of the vote. That means 3 out of those 5 dudes voted for Trump. So they mean you no good. This comes from a white man. So you can say Kevin don't like white people, Outlaw Radio, the People's Network is anti-white. A white dude said this, not me. They don't get no pass, but I heard what you said. You don't get no pass. There's no such thing as a pass.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a hood pass.
Okay. I'm wondering because I'm wondering how far, you know what I'm saying, do you take him? How serious do we take him?
I heard what you said.
Do we just do this? Is he just doing it just to get sales, just to get looks?
I believe Michael Moore is sincere in what he says because I believe Michael Moore has been very critical of our democracy for a very long time.
That's the same dude that started out with the 9/11 thing, right?
Well, that was just he had already did one on.
He probably been doing them, but I know he was. I remember that one for my first time. Like something he did.
Wisconsin white people don't like Michael Moore, right?
Right,
right. He's a white dude that other white. So maybe the only barbecue he can come to is ours.
German established white people. You know what I'm saying? Because this was established as New Berlin, right?
Germantown,
right. You see what I'm saying? So, Germantown, right? So we had Nazis found, as opposed to Minnesota.
You can't call all Germans Nazis, don't you?
Okay.
You can't call them
right, but the ones
just say descendants.
How about this?
Well, no,
judging the German people from there, I'm judging the Nazis that run Wisconsin.
Oh, shit,
they are Nazis. The Nazis that are in office, the Nazis that take all of the money from Milwaukee and spread it around all the white people around Wisconsin. They're Nazis. That's what. Go ahead.
I gotta get back to Facebook. I got so distracted just a minute ago. What was I looking at on this iPad earlier before y'all came? Look, I don't talk about that. Go ahead, bro. Keep going.
Now you just want me to be quiet. Now you want me to keep going.
No, I wanted you to keep talking.
No, listen. I'm not. I didn't call all German people Nazis, right?
Okay.
But the ones that are in charge here in Wisconsin clearly have Nazi tendencies.
Well, there's a very deep German because the north side that we occupy as Chocolate City right now was where traditionally Germans had stayed, and that's why. If you look at a lot of our architecture here on the north side, it's influenced by East Germans and Michael Moore, man. So what you think about the white man saying be worried about the white man?
I think that it's a shame that we need a white person to tell us something that black people have been screaming for years and years and years, and we only find it credible when a white person. That's politically correct.
Hey, that's exactly right. We got it's a problem. It's a problem in our community with this, man. They fucked us up mentally for real. I got a partner, right? They found cancer in his. So get it together. We can work on this. Start working on this. Get this reversal started or whatever. Oh no, man. No, I'm good. This is the beginning of it. No, man, I'm good, man. I'm trying not to go to work. But now at this point. He, Facebook complaining.
Oh, we got another caller.
Text me, ask me about can he get $10 or something. Me and a few other people, it was a group text. Okay. So they hit him back and he like, well, I was just trying to, everybody was saying they got me. I'm trying to see if anybody got me. I need a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? And I said, man, look, I told you I had you as far as your cancer. I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We can work on that. That's how I can help you.
We got somebody on the line. You live on Outlaw Radio. Who this?
This is what's up? How y'all doing? This is General Mary Queen.
What's up, my sister?
Peace.
Black Power, how y'all doing?
Peace. Yes.
Now, I was not gonna call in, but then y'all got on this little subject. I don't even know who Michael Moore is. But I don't need him to tell me that.
Right.
We it's evident from even this. All I gotta do is open my eyes and I see that.
Not to mention how many black leaders been murdered for saying the same thing.
Right.
This is what I be wanting to ask people and my brothers and sisters. Y'all working, y'all doing all these different things. Hey, I can't tell people to think how I think. But I stayed in church for a long time. Oh, we all the same. We all believe the same thing. And blah, blah, this, and I said, well, why the hell God don't never bless us? Why the white people haven't left heaven on earth. We gotta wait till we dead and dried up and in heaven. And in our heaven, I've never even seen a black angel on a picture.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Never.
Yeah.
So I had to go on and lead the church. So I'm trying to, wake my people up. But see, you just need, you just hate life. I don't hate life. I hate living in hell.
All right. All right.
I hate having to pass down chains of oppression to my children.
Talk about it.
Because they set up systems. How we gonna break or change? I mean, how we gonna change a system or go into a system that was built by slave owners and slave retrievers to keep the slaves in line?
Talk
Then
about it.
they come and say, when we gonna start using our brains?
Hey.
Dumb us down through the food, through the water, just through the medicine.
Education, TV, religion.
I mean, everything they own.
Yes.
We have people with their individualism, their individual successes. I applaud them.
Crumbs.
Because you did make something in this whole corrupt-ass world.
Okay.
But baby, when it collected the stuff, that does not look good. Because if war breaks out tomorrow, we're going to be back in change.
Real talk.
Because we can't even feed our people.
Real talk. We ain't healthy enough to fight.
We don't even have hope to even distribute food and bring us food in from other countries.
So my sister, let me just interject because this is we like to call ourselves solution based.
To something breaks, we need to burn this motherfucker to the ground. Everybody start over and then we see how it is. Because we will never have a level, fair playing ground as long as they're in control. They got people sitting in office that are damn near 150 years old.
and they got that position for life. Yeah.
You think he's gonna change his mind?
No.
He's 159. He's gonna get a little seat.
Get the seat when he gone.
Thank you. They gonna pass right down. Then they be like, "Oh, I'm not like my grandmother and my great grandmother." Well, I don't see you giving back none of that stuff they stole from us.
Hello, somebody.
Give it back.
Hey, I like
Give
that.
us some back.
I like that.
For this rain.
Hey, we should.
Y'all take the cold state. Give us the South.
We should have a show. We have a show.
Because the money already being accepted in other places.
The money is theirs. They make it up.
Give us some gold and silver. Give us a better game of life. Well, what we're gonna have is like the next step that we study. Who our children gonna study? Cardi B.
Christopher Columbus.
Well, they can study.
Well, we got to teach them who to study.
We got to learn.
That's what. Well, yeah.
People have become the shipping and jiving fools for these motherfuckers.
Well, they can study outlaw radio. My sister, they can study outlaw radio because this will last.
Yes.
This show.
I'm talking every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, I want you to share that link on in the People's News Network.
Yeah, you too.
Talk to the people.
Peace.
414-231-9982. It's
Good
Outlaw
call.
Radio.
Good call.
Truth be told, right? And we were talking about what's your truth. Like some people, the truth makes you uncomfortable sometimes, even if it in regards to you being honest about who you are and what role you play in your own dysfunction. Because sometimes you are your own worst enemy. It is what it is. You got to be able to admit it. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. We were talking about Michael Moore, the white filmmaker who came out and said, he told Black America, y'all better be worried about white people. We are tripping. He said, we ain't changed that up.
Right.
And this came from one of them. Ain't been on him for a long time. Shout out to Keith Terry. He said, true. I don't know who he's referring to. Shout out to Larry Perdue.
Shout out to Latasha Johnson. What's going on?
Yes,
I see you. I see you.
Keith, Brother Terry said inherited wealth. Great caller. Hey, Mr. Terry, you should call in. Oh, 414-231-9982. I would love to hear Mr. Terry
Put the number in.
promote 3041 North and talk about what they got going on down there.
Yeah.
So Keith, you know you're welcome to call in. Outlaw Radio, the People's Network presents. Please go and join my group.
Yeah.
People's News Network.
A lot of information in there.
Right.
And again, go to YouTube.
Right.
People's Network.
People's News.
Yeah.
People's Network.
Subscribe. We need you. Subscribe.
We all over the
We need
place
our
like bird
subscribe
shit.
count up.
And I'm a radio dude because being on the radio is something I've wanted to do my entire life. From the first time I listened to the radio when I was a young child, I said, that's what I want to do. That's the coolest shit you could ever do. Get paid to just sit there and talk. Like that, to me, that's always been the smoothest. Oh, we got to call her. We got to
That's
call her.
love to be able to sit and talk.
You know
and
what I
get
mean?
paid.
You gotta call her. You gotta call her.
That's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you.
You are live on Outlaw Radio. It's popping.
Hey, what's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
Mr.
Peace,
Terry,
peace.
what's
What's
going
up?
on?
What's up?
Very peaceful.
This should happen. Have a plan and go. Man, 3 days to the big one.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
Like love is power.
You ain't no fan. You a supporter. You the most important supporter because you've been here since day one.
Man, your vision is my vision. I just see it before you see it.
All right.
You talked about a three-legged monster,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
internet buzz,
Yes.
street credibility, and print media, print materials.
Yes.
So
Yes.
again, I see you as the internet buzz. I see you doing your thing in the profession that you're a student of, master of, graduate of. So this is what you do. This is your passion. You should continue to do this, and I'm sure you're going to do very well. Keep pushing this, brother. It's the support hole for you to get through. All them young cats be dropping cash on their Netflix series. There's an opportunity for you to get that cash too.
That's
So
what's up.
keep moving in the media.
Hey, we still got the Icon series coming. I got a cameraman. I had to get a new cameraman, brother. I got a new cameraman. We're going to do the Icon series that we talked about. Mr. Terry will be the first one featured on my Icon series. It's about Black business people here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that have been doing it consistently for a long time. And we can learn a lot from them. Go to them, go to their natural resources. So we're still going to do the Icon, but promote 3041 North a little bit, my brother.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about the business, the brand. In Milwaukee, I've been an investor in real estate in Milwaukee for 34 years. Blessed to be able to mentor with some great business people. Some gone, some passed on. But I can tell you that one of the toughest markets that people say to be successful in, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, there is truth to that. But if you are cut from Milwaukee, you just excel everywhere else because the things that you encounter here, you will not encounter them as hard in other brands. 3041 North is an urban club. Is like a bar for people that don't want to invite you to their house. And don't want you to be embarrassed about, some piano they got in their living room. This is a real story. That's how they doing it in Memphis, bro. So when you have the vision because you've been exposed to something, it doesn't go away. It haunts you. It haunts you to know that
Say
people
that.
have privilege and you don't have privilege. You're almost like their best Black friend because you have manners and you're well spoken and all that other extra. But going back to what the brand is a do-for-self brand. We are excellent at food. We have a 5-star chef. My next goal is to be Zagat rated so that people that follow that rating system can see us on that radar. But the first thing we had to do is learn the business. I've never been in the country club business. I've never been in the bar business. I've only been in the space business. So the space business, I just waited on the first of the month to collect rent, and then I would have to wait 30 more days
To get
collect
paid.
rent again.
Yeah.
That's a great business. It builds wealth, but there's nothing like doing Black Wall Street when we have a business that we can go to every day and get money every day. So if I had to do it all over again, I would have did 3041 North first. There would have been no questions because I would have been in that realm. But there's a need for the question. There's a need for the element. There's a need for that. But there's also a need for upscale. People in their 50s and their 40s that know they don't want to be exposed to nonsense. They want to protect their exposure to risk. And they want to navigate, society without exposing themselves to unnecessary foolishness.
You know what, my brother?
I'm sorry.
No, people don't even know because I got the thing hanging in the background and we always big up y'all, but they don't know how far we even go back to Chocolate City when I first started doing this and this kind of thing. But we've already discussed 2020 is coming, which is a very important political year. And you and I have already discussed political forums and really getting the candidates that serve our. We're still, like you told me, you said you got access, brother. Well, you tell me who you want. And I said, whoa. I had to back up. Like, who do I want? So, right. So, but I'm talking about just the election. Just the election. We got Sister Lena running. I think it's just for us to put the information out there. So I know that's coming in 2020. I haven't even started my political thing yet because it's too early in the cycle. But as
well, it makes sense to be cautious.
Yeah.
But if you ride with somebody, you ride with them. I remember when I was riding with Barrett, the congressman.
Yeah.
I was one of the blacks he approached me and Derek Vaughn and Earl Ingram, and he asked us, well, what we need to do to get your vote. Vote. And Derek Vaughn was alive, and he was like, well, Keith, I want you to meet Tom. And we went down to some simple restaurant. Tom asked me, he said, what do I need to get your support? I said, just ask me, what do you stand for? And then I was in his commercials. When you look back,
I remember that
25, 30 years ago, those were things that happened in my past. Today, I don't lend my credibility to anybody's bullshit. Because whatever they say they doing, literal, weigh them like the streets. You can support them. But going back to what I think, what lane I'm in right now, which the opportunities present themselves, because if the DNC was tomorrow, I'm ready. My technology is ready, my kitchen is ready, my parking lot is ready, I'm ready. So make it on that thing, which is supposed to be a great thing for you. Look at the spokesperson. Who's doing all the speaking for the people that are supposed to be coming to our city?
Yes.
Where were they at 3 years ago when the bridge was out? Where were they at last year when the street was out? Buying a coffee makes you black. So germs and stuff that's floating under that glass, you start to steer clear of the germs and the bacteria.
Right.
My brand is a brand where we're not better than anybody else, but we strive for service, we strive for excellence, and because we do that, we are better than everybody else.
Right.
Because they trying to get that money, and that money don't mean nothing to me, because if it's yours, what can you talk about?
Right.
To
you still get evicted. Right.
So again, I'm a bowl of knowledge, like I say. You need some knowledge that I have. All you got to do is bring your sponge, dip it in the water, and take out what knowledge you need, because I don't make it painful to share my stories with you. You don't have to be a member of 3041 North, because if you're not invited to be a member, it's obvious that I ain't trying to fuck with you. So, keep it real and keep theory. I'm not politically correct. I'm not a clique dude. I don't fuck with cliques. I don't care what they do with these cliques. I'm in the service business. I'm respectful, but I stay out the way.
Yes,
so
sir.
my plan is to best that weddings. You can have a $40,000 wedding and it's broke, and then you can go have that same wedding for $100,000 or $80,000 at the Fister, and it can be boss, but it ain't gonna be as boss as the $40,000 wedding that you had at 3041 North.
Hey.
So again, my 5-star chef is black. My business is a family-operated business. We are a black business. We are #fact. We do support and we appreciate being black. We're proud to be black.
We got some brother Terry. Let me hit you back. I got somebody else on the line. Because this is the legend. If you're tuning in, this is the icon. That's why we got it hanging.
Yes.
So we're gonna make sure Brother Terry gets.
I'm gonna keep on podcasting and looking at you guys with the 40 seat, situation I got to watch out stuff.
That's what's up.
Okay, take it easy, man.
Love, man.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Outlaw Radio, you live? Who this? I think I missed that call. Let me
call star 69.
You said. Okay, they're coming back. Outlaw Radio, you live. Who this?
Hey, this is Man Ross. I was on your chat. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. What's your
What's
name
going
again?
on with you? Man Ross.
Man Ross.
All right.
Okay, what's going on, my sister?
Welcome.
Good. I have a question.
What's your question?
But you guys are the solution thing to radio.
Yes, we try to be.
So I have a question. Like, why is it that the Black community or Black folks, and I don't say community because community could be in certain cities, but why is it that Black folks don't support upcoming Black businesses? However, when the Black business or merchant is supported by other ethnic groups and they help take them to the next level, then all of a sudden the Black community decides we want to come and support. A numbers thing without pointing out, just in general.
Can I try to answer some of that?
Go ahead, brother.
I think in the beginning it's a competition thing. When we all on the same level and ain't nobody got none, it's a competition thing. Inclusion is a hell of a drug too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think when Black people start in the business, start getting up and it's going good, the other communities are starting to spend money with them and everything. Now Black people want to be included in that.
Yes. And I would say this, my sister, we got to understand that we have something here called integration. And I always say that we have witnessed the side effects of integration. We had our own Black hotels, we had our own Black shoe stores, clothing stores, so on and so on and so forth. And we didn't ask for empowerment, we crusaded for inclusion. And inclusion and empowerment are two different things. And I think that once we said, well, we want to shop in y'all stores, or we want to ride on your business, instead of saying, let's build our own hotels, let's get our own, because Greyhound would be pit bull bus line.
Real talk.
Pretty much German Shepherd, mixed German Shepherd, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that when we talk about Black business, now go to a Black business one time and something happens. You say, that's why I don't shop with Black businesses. But how many times has Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, how many times have they screwed up your order?
And you go back.
I work with Amazon right now, heavy, and they fuck up my order sometimes. So I think we have to deprogram ourselves and stop being so addicted and just like really holding on to trying to be included in the scenario and reinvest in our own scenario. That's why there's no new Black Wall Street, because that was a spirit of self. That was a spirit of do for self, like Mr. Terry just said. It was a spirit of, I'm not asking you for nothing. I'm going to go ahead and get it myself.
In addition to it to be the spirit of self, it also was the spirit of community. Like she spoke, if I also might add on business, I think niggas don't. And I think that happens, it seems as though there's more niggas than there are Black people. So you know what I'm saying? So I think once we understand who the Black people are, who's down with our cause.
And, I think that's what she's talking about.
Let's see if we answered her question.
Yeah, hopefully we did.
My sister, did that help you out any? Or did that give you any
Then they
clarity?
come slide up under you and shit. That's different.
About any in terms of how we see Black business?
In a way, I believe that we still, as a race, as a whole, as a community, needs to go through the healing process.
Sure.
Because if we don't, then this is going to be a continuous problem.
Yeah.
Issue.
Well, and I think that's part of the process, though, is that you become when I reference niggas versus Black people, I think Black people have started the healing process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's coming around.
And the niggas, in order to become Black people, you are correct.
I'm just a little bit. I'm concerned that when you say that, it's a little bit divisive to say niggas versus Black.
I mean, listen, if you have a chance to get fined, that's just like I say, we Black people who love Black people. That can be divisive too. Right. So, but my point is, we're down for the people that are down for us and our cause, right? And the people that are against our cause, even if you have Black skin, you ain't us.
My sister,
I say good people.
Are you in Atlanta?
Hot Atlanta.
So
what
we
part?
in Atlanta too now.
We appreciate that. Do us a favor. Spread the love, because there's a lot of people in Atlanta from Milwaukee. Share our show for us. And
well, I mean, I think energy healing.
Okay, we'll talk about it a little bit.
Digital marketing.
That's
okay.
That's the thing. When I first jumped into digital marketing in 2007, no one in the Black community didn't know what the hell I was talking about. They didn't believe into me. Until I got myself to a certain level. Then all of a sudden, like, yo, man, you do this marketing for me. And eventually, when you grow your business, your prices increase.
Right.
So now I'm the stuck up Black chick.
You ain't down, huh?
Listen, set your price and live your life.
Free information and get the projects for free, or just to get, just to get ahead. That's that I spread. Message resonate to. Doesn't matter what ethnic group.
I have not heard a sister say that. Shout out to you.
Well, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Either send me a friend request and send me all your information, or join the People's News Network, and we'll promote whatever you want to go. No, I'm just saying, because I want to put her stuff out there. Not like he's like, oh, you just want your phone number. No. I mean, seriously, with your business, because you're talking about digital media.
It just sounds funny.
Or you could join the People's News Network.
Well, it resonated with me because you're talking about digital media, and about 6 years ago, I started podcasting, and a lot of people didn't understand it when I started.
Right.
So I'm saying,
I did a Blog Talk Radio show.
right? See, I came from Blog Talk, so we had Chocolate Sea, and we had people calling from all over the globe. We had people from England.
I started what I was talking about.
With the herbs and
nobody knows shit. Nobody know nothing. And now they look at me like, hey, that's him.
Y'all was trying to just thought I was just trying to, I mean,
Let me tell you, my mama used to say nothing ever happened till the first time it did.
Right.
Later, stand up.
Hey, the shit is real though.
Cook the eggs too long, they gon' burn.
Watch water, don't boil.
Right.
Ain't nothing cooking but the peas in the pot. And the peas wouldn't be cooking if the water wasn't hot.
Don't start now, won't be nothing.
My sister, much love for you. We appreciate you. Hey,
we just took off right there.
For real, send me your information. I promise I'll promote it like nobody else.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Appreciate the love, by the way. Thank you.
414-231-9982 is Outlaw Radio. Truth be told, what's your truth? How do you really feel when you ain't at work? Because we all, code switch, and we all have our voice that we use at work. We all say what we need to say when we want to be safe. But on Outlaw Radio, you get to kind of put it how you want to put it. And I got people to shout out. There's people in the chat room. Shout out to Nate Sheard. He's watching. He said people seeking your help with the money will pay. Larry Perdue, he said inclusion. When we were forced to do business with each other, our businesses actually thrive more.
Hello. Mm-hmm. That's real.
But since we
picked cotton, we picked it together.
Since we fought for inclusion, more of our dollars have left our community. No doubt.
Real.
And you got a catering service.
Hey, that's a good point.
Purdue Catering.
I mean, like, it make complete sense.
Larry Purdue, hit us up. 414-231-9982. But now we got Don Imus. See, like I was trying to say before Mr. Terry hit us. Shout out to Mr. Terry. 414-810-3131.
That was the one time we should have listened to white people.
Well, as we hang the banner up here for Mr. Terry.
Fine, we'll stay over here.
But I want to say
real talk.
Don Imus,
you know what I'm saying? That was the one time we should have listened.
Was a legendary racist. If you don't know who Don Imus was, he was
if we listen to him,
he was the nappy head hoe.
He
made the nappy head hoes comment that became infamous and this kind of thing. And they did, CBS fired him, but he did come back to radio.
He did well.
Made a lot of money. But he died. He was 79 years old. And I put it in the People's News Network that when he died, it's one of the groups that I always mess with. It's a black news organization. They said, Don Imus died today and black people don't give a shit. Like, so real talk, we don't. Say what you want to say, whether you agree with us or not, but don't expect us to, cry a tear when you leave the planet, because we feel like it's one less bitch you got to worry about. Right? So
in your Dr. Dre voice, right?
Right.
You can go try to be a bigot in the afterlife. See how that works out for you.
Right, 79 years. You had a good trip. Right.
Right.
You're gonna be navy blue black.
Right. The real purple black.
Guy got a sense of humor.
Right. Oh, he do. He certainly does.
You want to hear him laugh? Tell him what you going to do. Let me go. I got to go back to YouTube because Millie Queen's still snapping on YouTube.
Listen, between her and Latasha Johnson, they got a conversation going in there.
Okay, so whoa.
YouTube's popping. Like hey, look, y'all.
It took
go
us a while to get to YouTube popping.
Go to YouTube, subscribe, check it out. We're watching the YouTube chat room too.
I don't listen to it.
You got watch parties going on. It's going down.
It's Outlaw Radio, man.
Outlaw Radio.
I just wanted to get into what they're talking about.
Talk about it.
I don't even know where to start because we had phone calls.
We did.
Wow. Shit. Yes.
Latasha said, we will never get away from a slave-like conditions. It's called employee and employer. Let's get our own landmass and get away from America and go back to the barter system. That's how you eliminate cash. I think I said that on the show one time, and y'all laughed at me.
Oh no, I'll get my oil changed. I know I didn't disagree with you. I like that.
Validity of this photography. The photograph of Kirk Franklin with
This ring right here,
what's his name?
courtesy of the barter
No,
system.
well, it wasn't. Was it Ben? It's not Ben Hur. Who is it?
What, Billy Graham?
Billy Graham.
Billy
Yes,
Graham,
yes, yes.
And he was kissing his hand, and then I wanted to know.
I like to look at the picture.
But then I went up on my own research.
Uh-huh.
I found other pictures of him actually kissing his hand, kind of bowing down to him, because supposedly Billy Graham stood for, civil rights and this kind of thing in the 60s. I wasn't there, neither was Kirk Franklin.
I don't mean kiss his hand.
Right. But you should understand it as the leader of a white man being enslaved in the first case.
But it's true.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not a bad look. It's a bad exposure of the truth.
Right. Well, did you kiss
Or
his hand?
or was it a good exposure?
So I'm inclined to believe that
exposed.
that was a real photograph.
It was a real
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. He
I'll speak on it until I
no, but listen. Thank you for being having
And the shit's
in Christianity and chooses faith over your own common sense logic. You see what I'm saying? That is something you would do. And here's the thing: on top of that, you will feel justified doing this if you would tell him like
sexuality that Christianity pushes.
Ooh.
oh, let me tell you, he's a little.
I thought Christianity was
Let me tell you,
anti-homosexual.
and Kirk Franklin is not the
Well,
most masculine nigga in the
Adam
world.
and Eve had 2 sons.
Right.
How the hell did we come from that?
Eve. That's
Okay.
a
No, that's the next question. Because after he killed his brother, they sent him to the land of Nod, right? To find a wife.
Right.
Now, where the fuck did all these other people come from to pick a
The
wife?
six-day creation when he
That's
said,
the-
I'm
that's
telling
the
you,
next question.
I'm answering the question in your Bible. On the 6-day creation, he made her, them, told him to go be fruitful and multiply. This is before he made Adam. So he made a people and told them to be fruitful and multiply. Your pastor told you question.
Shout out to them. If this is your first time listening, hit like, hit share, hit follow. Please support Outlaw Radio. Truth be told, now I ain't drunk. So this is actually.
Are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure?
After this,
You need a beer?
I wasn't bullshit. You got something in
Well, we
there.
finna go. We finna close.
We'll
Right?
never know because Ernest Walker already said camp cup empty. Somebody fill his cup up.
Okay.
414-231-9982. Welcome to the show. Hope you. We're talking
Welcome.
about truth be told. We want people to talk about what truth did you come to in 2019. I know I took so many strides in 2019 in terms of my understanding of the fact that everything I've been told about myself as a man of school, what you told me about pagan holidays and you told me about heroes, then you made up stories about them. Like now, even like they're making a movie with Ludacris and Terry Crews, John Henry, and I said, okay, how you bring that now? Because I remember there lies a steel driving man. He died going against a machine to impress his white owners because he was strong. So I said, damn, we've been played a long time. They was teaching us this. This is black folklore.
Right. John Henry, right?
But John Henry.
Yeah.
Instead of telling me about, Bass Root or telling me about the black heroes that actually, instead of telling me that 1 out of 5 cowboys was black, you gave me John Wayne and said bad guys were black.
And it didn't stop in grade school, my brother. They lied to you in high school and they lied to you in college.
But they lied to me at work. No, but this is the establishment of the foundation of it. Mm-hmm. So when you build a faulty foundation, it's like they say you can't build castles on sand, right? So you wonder why so many of us are run amok and led astray because the foundation that I do that show is because even the pyramid that you gave me when you told me now that
it's mucus.
It's a lot of lies.
It's cow mucus.
Right.
No doubt.
But here's the thing. If you said something that we said earlier, but they have a new thing. They believe that if you repeat a lie, but no, it's not new. You're right. But I'm just saying. So if they tell you enough about 9/11, it doesn't matter the facts that come out. You see what I'm saying? We've seen buildings implode. We've seen the fact that they put out an insurance policy on the building, you know, a month before the shit happened. But it doesn't. None of that matters because they just keep repeating the same.
Well, I want to go back to Byron Allen because you said that we let Byron Allen down. Now, one of the things, since I gotta, you know, poke the bear, if you will.
Is that what you want to do?
Well, Byron Allen. First of all, Byron Allen was a stand-up comic. We discussed this on the show for a long time ago in the 70s.
We did.
He was on That's Incredible.
That's incredible.
He was a personality, but he found out how to go. Somebody told him how to go behind the scenes
and make this money. Yeah.
But then when we seen his family, it became a point of contention, and that's where I'm transitioning into this black on black debate. I put a quote up in the 414 Freedom Gang. I'm sorry, the People's News Network. But that's what it used to be called. But it's the People's News Network, in which somebody quoted said, "You don't hear white women saying it ain't no good white man left."
Wow, I thought that was a powerful ass statement.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it kicks off that. It kicks off that conversation about who you with. Like, you married to a white woman. How, you know, levels of blackness. Like, we've done shows. I've done shows on here. I did a show called Black Like Me one time, and I talked about who gets to tell you what's the right black and what's the wrong black, right? Like, who gets to determine what's the real way to be black? Like,
white people.
Well, no, I'm just amongst us, and we've had this debate because there is a debate, and it's hotly contested because we found out that most of those cultural icons whose movies and whose artistic output that we go and invest in,
white wives,
are married to white women.
White women. Yeah.
She said the YouTube is breaking up. I'm sorry, my sister. I know it might be. I can't.
Well, just subscribe to.
Right. That's why you can get us on Facebook.
And they come on back.
Well, you got thing too, right? So I got to do more work on getting that right. I
figure it out. We're gonna get it.
But the question became, if you are a person of color and you choose to marry somebody who's not a person of color, are you then rendered useless? Like, can you still speak to it? Like, can you still talk about the situations that affect us? Can you still speak, you know, to black power and black empowerment if you yourself didn't take the time to marry a black man or a black woman? That is a conversation that's going on over and over. And there's a lot of lonely black women who say, well, it's time for me to go outside my race. Well, I'm here to say, if you're of a certain age and you're black and you can't find a good black man, it's time for you to look within yourself, because it's probably you.
It's a lot of nickels out there looking for dimes. So first of all, you got this ideal nigga that you want him to be this and have that and do this and do that. And are you the type of woman that he wants? Because if it's a brother out there that's doing that, well, he got choices. You see what I'm saying? He got options. So this perfect man that you got in your, are you somebody that he's attracted to?
Right.
You got a lot of nickels out here looking for dimes. All the expectations you have on this brother that you want to meet, be able to check the boxes off on your own list first.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Be that dynamic of a woman. If you look at that dynamic of a man.
If we single, whether it's man or woman, we both have to work on ourselves, right?
First,
like you say, work on different things that we could check off in these boxes on ourselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Exactly. You know, so we have to work on ourselves first. That's why you're single, so you can work on it.
Use that time.
It could be the universe telling you this is your time to start working on yourself.
Some of y'all call it God. He said the universe. Some of y'all call it God.
Whatever you call it, you know what I mean? It's all love.
414-231-9982. Y'all better get in on the ground floor, because 2020 would be very pivotal for us.
2019 is what it was. 2020 is what it will be.
You know, we have a business model as well.
Yes, sir.
But I've been hesitant to kind of employ it because I think the message is so important. But once again, to go back to that discussion about, you know, do I need to? I can't find a good black woman. I can't find a good black man. Well, I say, well, you know, how good are you? Well, I got a good job. I got a house. But you may have mama issues. You may have daddy issues.
Maybe you got a smart ass mouth that a man can't take.
Well, think about all.
So you're gonna get what you reflect.
Think about all the dysfunction and all the problems you've encountered in your life. There's one common denominator, and that's you.
Real talk.
You've been involved in all this bullshit from the start.
Listen, if you got your last 5 boyfriends in a room, exes, whatever.
Don't let them gang bang.
What would no. You're not there. But if they were there talking to each other, what's the shit they would say about you? Yeah. Is it fantastic?
What are their problems?
Come on now, and
then sit back and take a look at yourself.
Because
and those might be the boxes that you have to check off while you sing.
But even like, and you can, that can be male or female.
And it is male or female.
So you get the last 5 black bad women. So you know, once again, the comedy.
Every time I meet a woman and start and engage with her and talk, you know what I mean? Start having conversations. I listen for them. I watch them. You know what I mean? They gonna tell you what's wrong with you, whether they trying to or not.
Or they're gonna tell you what's wrong with them if you listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
And that's cool too.
Oh yeah.
You
It
know?
saved us both some time, right?
That's cool too.
the controversial thing that I said that got people upset because I got a lot of real homeboys and some cats who I know are some thorough cats who I know that if it came down to it, they would choose the right way to go. But I said, you know, it's not whether or not you're a coon or you're a sellout because you marry a person if you're black and you marry a white woman. I said it's just that you're compromised. And when I said that, people felt a certain kind of way. But the object of a relationship or marriage is compromise. You have to see it from your partner's perspective.
Is that what you meant?
It is, because realistically, if I'm a black man and I marry a white woman and we get together and we say, okay, brother, it's going down, we about to do this. And then I gotta say, well, hold on, y'all. I gotta consider because she white. Yeah, and she's gonna say, well, Kevin, I never did that. I never owned
Your
slaves.
grandparents did.
Well, once again, see, you killing my compromise.
Hey,
that's why you couldn't be there.
And she can't exactly come back to the hood with you and fight.
Well, she can. If she buy the weed.
If you make her mad enough, she's gonna be like, you fucking nigga.
Yeah, she's going back.
Stop.
Stop.
So
when it's time to pick sides, she's not gonna pick.
You can find unconditional love. I don't give a shit what color they are.
There's no such thing.
Y'all believe in unconditional love?
There's no such thing as unconditional.
I don't believe that.
It's a fantasy.
But
you think you can have unconditional love yourself?
Well,
because that's the only place I can see unconditional love.
And I'm saying that's the one place I won't challenge it.
Because you know what I mean? Love has conditions.
I'm saying to people,
you can't love somebody and they go fuck your homeboy and shit. You know what I mean?
I still love you.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I wanted to say this.
Yes.
To people who may listen to our show, I don't want you to be pushed away because, you know, I said that. And I realized because words are power. Like, you know, I'll do it because this is what I do. And I realize that it affects people. And I'm saying to you, if you got a white woman and she's good to you and you happy, man, you better love up. But just understand that sometimes when I get together with my brothers, you might not be included in the conversation.
You can't come to the
and tell me. Well, it's hard, but it's fair.
Because Becky called.
Well, she was there.
She wants to know. Oh yeah, but you damn sure ain't invited in the back room. See what I'm saying? So wait,
it is a lot more harsh.
Hey, Natasha said some black women ain't looking for good men. Some are looking for what they can control.
Oh,
then she said we don't consider each other no more in relationship.
And that's a black woman telling you that.
Exactly. There's no such thing as unconditional love. Even Jesus got conditions.
Talk about
God has conditions.
Yeah.
Love is conditional.
Absolutely, every time.
Unless it's for yourself.
It's something you can do to make your mama stop loving you. Ooh, I don't know what that is.
Hey, look, but my mind is racing like a motherfucker.
But it's something.
Yeah,
it's your mom. Even your mama got a level of,
exactly.
You see what I'm saying, of her morality. Right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, now.
She ain't gonna let you come smack her every day.
I want to give people another shot to call in because what time is it?
It's late.
What time is it?
It's 9.
Okay, it's 9.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm just talking crazy.
People are chiming in, but nobody said I want to be a sponsor. Like so, you know. I'm just, but that's on me too because I got to create that. So I'm just saying.
Great card.
Well, right.
Put one up right here.
And that's coming. That's forthcoming.
Yeah. Now we love the love. Yeah, listen.
Come on,
we appreciate
you.
Playing
with me.
All of it.
I've been doing this too long.
Even if you disagree, that's what's up.
But
tell us something.
414-231-9982. If you got something to say, please call in and let us know before we get off the air. Don't hold it back. Give us our roses while we're on the air.
Real talk.
But I seen this thing that said, poor men love big breasts and rich men love small breasts. Like, so, like, it was like a thing that they said they're doing these kind of.
How do you feel about that?
Well, that's why I brought it up.
Do you consider yourself poor?
Well, maybe that's why I'm poor. Because I said, well, that's why I've been broke all this time.
Dude, my thing is, listen,
too busy looking at titties.
I just need
to spend my time looking at titties.
I just need a handful, right? I just need at least a handful. My hands is pretty big, but I just need at least a handful. I'm good with that.
I don't know. You know what? I thought.
If I'm good, if I have to use 2 hands too, I'm good with that.
First of all, it's such an objectification of women's bodies in terms of how we define it. Because I'm here to tell you, as a grown man, any breast to me is a good breast. Like I don't.
Would you rather have a woman with big breasts and
You
no,
did.
and no booty,
Right.
or a big booty and no breasts?
You did.
So what was your answer?
What did I say?
I said big ass.
Because you just made it all warm and fuzzy right now, but I don't remember you.
I'm married. I didn't want my wife to stab the shit out of me, so I probably was like, "It ain't about that. It's about her mind."
Right.
I probably said that. Right.
This nigga turned into R. Kelly. I'm a old
To find sisters.
Is that my problem?
Or something that will make you want to comment.
Real talk.
Please hit like, hit share, hit follow. Milwaukee does have a footprint. That's why I say subscribe to the YouTube page, because we got so much going on here. Like the real talk of this is, like Mr. Terry alluded to. He said this: if you can make it in Milwaukee, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah,
because it's rough on us up here.
Really.
So that was real spit from Mr. Terry.
Yes.
And I believe that wholeheartedly as well, man.
I concur.
We have there's a certain Milwaukee swag. Stop putting yourselves down. Been other places and had people ready to ride with me.
Information. I was just talking to somebody, or not talking to them. I was on Facebook watching their live, and they was like, "If you can make it in Milwaukee, you can make it anywhere."
Real talk.
And then he just said that today.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, truth always comes confidence.
Hey,
The
in
real spit, the
threes,
real.
it'll come one more time.
It's gonna come again.
Yeah.
I want to say rest in peace. A couple children lost their lives and a sister this morning. The continuous reckless driving in our city. I
missed that. I ain't
I
watching
move.
TV
I
all
was
day.
on 26 and Hopkins. I move across the city. I move across the city oftentimes early in the morning, trying to get to my place of employment. And it's funny because sometimes I'll be in the corner and I'll just see a random car turned over. You know, I'll see a horrific crash where a car split in half, and I got to just keep moving.
But you know what? Our wonderful black city and state officials in this city, in this state, decided to take drivers out of school.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, they did.
They're so brilliant, right? They're so fucking brilliant. This is why everybody that's in office the next election, you should be gone.
And don't get
you should be gone and embarrassed about your job performance, because you have failed the city of Milwaukee.
I think the people ought to be looking at that real deep. You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you,
Because
thank
the
you.
thing is this. The
I
thing
don't
is
give a
this.
fuck who you are.
You know, I'm not political, right? But this is the thing. Okay. Ain't nothing changed with all these people in office. Ain't nothing changed.
A lot of niggas
for
in
a
office.
long time, right?
A lot of niggas.
Well,
in
maybe
office.
we need to start looking into getting somebody else in office. Because see, if you ain't part of the solution, you part of the problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they obviously, as of right now, they ain't part of the solution.
No, all the
lot
people got liquor stores on every corner. They do. Children happens to your children.
Okay.
I shouldn't have to pay a motherfucker.
Somebody bring the oxygen for Jason, right? Like, we're gonna have to get an orange, like some orange juice in a chrome pitcher for the Reverend. But look, check this out. We'll be back next Thursday, not Wednesday, but Thursday we'll do Outlaw Radio.
Yes.
Hopefully OJ will be back with us.
Shout out to you, Kelly.
If you just tuned in, who you are and what you want to be, I wanted to rest in peace to everybody this year who's lost their lives, and condolences to their families via senseless violence, stupidity, or what have you. Understand situations dictate circumstances, and I understand it. And this is a point of contention amongst us. So system accountable, but I'm here to tell you, you're right either way you feel, especially if you're ready to do something about either or. Because if you're ready to change the system, you're doing the right thing. If you're ready to help us, you're doing the right thing. So you can't lose. You're Parker Lewis. I don't know if y'all remember that show. Shout out to you. Like I said, Mr. Terry, it's early in the election cycle. I talked to DC Crowley today via Messenger. He had some things that he wanted to straighten because inbox me, bro. You know my number. You want to come on here and talk to the people? Hit me up and you're welcome to come.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ramp this political thing up. I got some people who are challenging incumbents.
Oh, we getting there.
Man, I'm connecting with how we working up to the elections. I bet you they hear about us yourself be defined by who they say you are. And I say that because maybe you done the things that they said you're saying.
Peace.
Outlaw Radio.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Outlaw. Outlaw.
Remember that segment I told you about?
No.
I just thought it was ironic. See what happened with too much truth get in the mix.
No, I said if you want to do it.
Did. I'm not complaining. I just thought it was irony how you ended the show because it was more accountability. And that's what it was about.
Well, it could be either or.
It doesn't matter. Listen, this
thing messed up out here. The